Alright, so today I plan on going over the 10 most key tips to being a light pilot with my friends here. Say hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
So, number 1. This is crucial. As a light pilot, you must survive. Anybody disagree there? Huh?
No.
I always like surviving.
So, the reason you
Survival's a
want
good
to
thing.
survive as a light is because losing your lights early in a match, whether it's 1-on-1, 4-on-4, well, maybe not 1-on-1, but 4-on-4 or better, if you lose your lights, a lot of the fights can snowball. Basically, you lose your ability to know where the enemy is. It gives them a greater opportunity to flank or hit you from the sides or the rear. And basically the rest of your team just kind of falls over because they don't know where to defend. Second key point is scouting. This is the antithesis of what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to look around, find the enemy, and report where they are to our team, whether it's verbally, through the chat, by targeting them so they see them on their radar. Any of those methods are all great. That does a couple things for our teammates. If I target an enemy, a red triangle will show up on their map and tell them where that enemy is. So if we have 3 guys that are targeting enemies, that's 3 enemies that our whole team of 12 people knows where they are.
Also note that targeted enemies can be hit by LRMs.
New target acquired.
And this is targeting. So my team might not know that Charlie and Bravo are pushing towards the water because they're not in range to see them yet. But since I targeted them, they know that 2max are pushing to that big mountain over there across the water in the Delta 3 region of the map. So that moves on to the third point, which would be calling out of position max. For example, this guy Delta, if he's alone, he is way out of position because he has no support to back him up, which means I call, hey Delta, for all alarm max,
Target acquired.
Bringing the rain on him.
and they just rain on that guy. And I show my team that all these enemies are still over here.
New target acquired.
And Delta's still way out of position, alone.
Apparently Omega and Kavros are going through the cave.
Alright, so I started getting shot at. As a light, the next crucial point is armor. Although we want to be the guy that's out in the front saying, hey, here's this guy, here's this guy, here's this guy, we don't want to get damaged during that process because we have a very limited amount of armor. If we start giving up our armor just to spot things, that's not very effective for the team.
And you end up breaking rule 1 of, surviving.
Correct.
New target acquired.
So,
I'm ready when you are. Moving out. I was just stopping for a seismic sensor.
what you'll see me do a lot is poke at everything mid to long range away from me. Does a couple things. 1, free damage, you always want to get damage. 2, it makes the enemies look for you and maybe stop doing what they're doing, how that Timberwolf was about to push across the water there.
Do you have targets?
New target.
Yeah, golf,
Fox.
and I think I'm gonna get him. Nah, he got away from me. I got
Critical.
3 targets on a seismic sensor, Delta being one of them.
New target acquired.
Got 3 targets waiting for me outside this path.
Right torso and Charlie Kid Fox. Never mind, I killed it.
Right leg. Charlie Kit Fox.
New target acquired.
Delta's almost legged. Delta Spider.
Roger.
We got 4 around that corner.
Target acquired.
I don't know what I just killed.
New
That was
target
a Timberwolf.
acquired.
I've got 2 pinned on the B2 side of this valley.
Acquired.
They're deciding on what they want to do still. Yeah, it's Azari.
Acquired.
And I don't know what his friend is.
They have a fire line set up protecting the guys on water. Their fire line is
Roger.
mostly in Charlie 3, Charlie 2, so be careful with peeking. Since we are now at kind of a pause in the game because we're waiting to see if they push, they're waiting to see if we push, we'll move on to my next point. After you're doing the calling out of position mechs, there's usually a main brawl, which you kind of see going on right now. That's where we have these guys kind of in the middle. This is the area that we're fighting to get, the area the enemy is fighting to defend.
Acquired.
Typically, during a main brawl, the lights want to try to get behind the enemy team's position to flank. Since their enemy team is in Delta 2, Delta 3, I can't really get around there because there's not anything behind that area of the map besides the edge of the map.
New target.
So we just keep poking at angles. We're trying to distract that enemy team to not look at the rest of our guys and maybe chase us.
Hotel's open CT.
Like this guy, Hotel. He doesn't know that I have a direwolf here supporting.
New target acquired.
When something's scored out cherry red like that, you can push on it as a light. Typically you can pop it before it'll pop you. So now we'll poke on this Atlas. Fox in the open. Eyes on, Lerms. Rain, rain, rain.
New target acquired.
You see Delta Spider in for his legs?
Roger.
Target
They're
acquired.
both weak. One is like cherry red
Target
weak.
acquired.
He's behind Braggle now.
Target acquired. New target.
Alright, I've got mechs on either side of Bravo 2.
Alright, Atlas is pushing on my position, so now I'm going to try to run away.
Net flag critical damage.
I am trying to position things between me and the enemy so that I have cover from his line of sight.
Omega's kill stealing.
Shut up! You're just jealous.
Target acquired.
It's 2 pushing base. Atlas and look like a blackjack. I'm bugging.
I'm on India, Smudge.
New target acquired.
I'm flanking right now.
Smudge is narked.
Smudge is dead.
Delta
I've still
4.
got 2 on my right and Charlie 2.
We're losing allies to these guys near our base.
Azari's
New
narked.
target acquired.
Echo primary, Azari.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
This freaking Dashing's got in my way.
Target acquired.
Alright, Omega's gonna push on the base.
We're behind for support.
New
Nice
target
job.
Acquired.
There should be a second mech up here.
Skimpy and his Stormcrow.
Acquired. New target acquired.
Remember, use hills to protect your armor.
New target.
Alright,
acquired.
golf.
Enemy base
Oh.
is being
Ha,
captured.
golf for Gimpy. Ha ha ha. Got 1 left.
Let's go kill him.
Gotta find him first. It's Wolf, and that would be the spider.
I'll head inland and look for him.
Switching to counter.
Oh, thank you, Smudge.
Oop. Ah. Missed him.
I still had ammo left. Gimpy must have had a bad day.
No, he just walked in front of a damn direwolf and
Oh, did he?
got rocked on. He's the first mech that you saw.
Oh, was he?
Be right back.
Oh.
I'm ready.
Okay, bye! I really hope he's not going to have a pause in the middle of his video if we talk about him while he's not here.
Alright, so back to my last point. Be the distraction.
Squirrel!
By poking at long range, things chase me. That means I'm the distraction, which
Squirrel.
then reinforces call the out of position mech. If it chases me, it's way out of position because you should never chase a light. When they chase the light, they die. Or at least should, if you have teamwork.
Teamwork is OP.
Now this gets into a very fine point. Scouts, your lights, they aren't really meant to duel pretty much anything. You can win what's called a knife fight, that's one-on-one against a similar rolled mech, so a scout versus a scout.
Online.
But we are really not the fighters, we are the reporters. So we never really want to do that, because if I sit there and knife fight with another light, and I'm trading my armor for his armor, sure, I may win the knife fight, I may get the kill, but then if I'm missing that much armor, and I go scouting, and let's say a big beefy mech's like, hey, shoot that guy, and then I lose my leg because I was knife fighting and the other light was smart, and damaged my leg a little bit, well, now I'm legged and I probably die, because the big scary mech just kills me. So typically you want to try not to offer any armor for anything other than I keep it. I don't give you any. I shoot a whole bunch, I poke a whole bunch, I make you get out of position a whole bunch, but I don't give you armor. With that being said, you can be a great distraction by going on the edges of maps, kinda like this. You always want to be in a higher position when you're scouting because you can see more of the map.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Alpha Jenner is the way not to do scouting. You do not want to run into the middle of the enemy group.
New target acquired.
They have a fire line up top.
New target acquired.
Gonna have a lot of lights here.
Nova pushing on us, right side. Don't push out, pull back. Let them push into us.
Target acquired.
Quite a few of them over
Alpha.
there. We've got a UAV up.
Do you see where it is?
Omega got it.
Acquired.
We don't have a UAV, do we?
Probably not.
I do not.
New target acquired.
Wow, first time I've ever seen people pinned in this corner before.
New target acquired.
Yeah, and they have a fire line in Delta 4 looking at us now. Omega back to the right.
New target acquired.
Stop chasing the light.
Target acquired.
On Fox, Nova.
Fox is Nart.
He's legged.
He's down. Hotel Misery. Legs.
Omega's down.
New target acquired.
He's legged. He's dead.
On India,
India.
Timberwolf.
Charlie Timberwolf's Nart.
Critical
India's almost dead.
at 25%.
Cav, switch the guy in front of you.
Target acquired. Heat level critical. New target acquired. Heat level critical. New target acquired.
Bravo.
Heat level critical.
Oh, where the hell's Bravo? What is it?
Timberwolf
Bravo,
that's lagged.
Timberwolf.
Charlie 4.
I'd go for his leg.
Heat level critical. New target acquired. Heat level critical.
I'm pulling back to base.
Yeah, down to 4. It was an aggressive push, and I wasn't ready for it.
Thermal's
Probably
legged.
want to try to get out of that thermal.
I'm legged. I ain't getting anywhere.
New target acquired.
Next lesson, how to win the game as a light.
Yeah.
Ready, go.
So one, that whole trading armor thing. If you notice, my mech mostly has silver outlines and one orange outline. If you trade armor, you can't possibly survive to win the match for the team. Turrets are our best friend when we are the last mech. You want to use as much as you can between the enemy line of sight and your mech to use cover effectively. And let your turrets help you out. So Echo Jenner is pushing. We are going to focus on him. And let our turrets help us against that.
Target acquired.
Always remember to torso twist. These guys are all fresh. This sucks.
New target acquired.
2 lights. This is not going to be nice.
2 Jenners.
Yeah.
New target acquired.
How to lose the knife fight.
Right leg critical damage. Left arm destroyed. Center torso.
Ah, I was focused on Alpha. I was trying to get the kill before they popped me. So it's rough when you're down. There's a lot of bad guys. But the turrets were the most effective thing I could really have to help try to turn that, so. It happens, ladies and gentlemen. It's called a loss.
It's kind of weird. Weird match.
So, that in there was the perfect example of how lights are not meant to duel very many things. 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, 6-on-1s, you're not gonna win. Unless every single one of them's cored out, and you have machine guns. Just don't try it. The next two things to try to do would either be prevent the cap, which is what we were doing there at the end. We were in our base trying to prevent the cap with our lives, or cap, which would have been be in the enemy base. Try to get one or two guys to go chasing after you if you're capping them, which then you're calling the out of position mechs, and hopefully your learn boats are within range to offer some rain while they're trying to scare you away from capping their base. Typically you don't want to try to cap, you just want to use it to distract and maybe pull one or two enemies out of position. If you are going to go for the cap, having 2 or 3 mechs with you is a good plan, and then possibly running a module called Cap Accelerator, if that is truly your goal, is a recommendation. So the biggest thing, and this is rough because some people have different ailments that prevent it, is reaction time. You know, you may hear people call it twitch shooting or twitch turning or twitch reacting. Just having the ability to react rapidly, figure out what's occurring, and then make some type of decision on what to do about it as fast as you possibly can. The faster you are at reacting, the faster you are at hopefully stopping whatever it is, whether it's being shot at, whether it's being outcapped by an enemy light, maybe making the decision to go stop that cap. There's a lot of pressure for the best outcome, because the best outcome will lead to the match win, so it's all gonna come with experience. Green board. So the reaction time, it's not only moving the mouse, it's also the decisions that you will make as a team. Their decision to push on us on the last map and push for the base push was a quick decision. All their mechs kind of got there. They started the push once they had the snowball of the team kills versus our team being up. All of those decisions had to be very, very fast at the beginning of the match, because all of those enemy mechs had to be in a place to be able to push together. If there had only been 6 enemies there and the other 6 were out of position because they didn't decide to go that way, there would have been a very different outcome. We would have pushed over them, and then we would have had the snowball where we killed 6 to maybe losing 3, and then they have 6 left to fight 9. All of those decisions are the roughest part of the game. Now when it comes to the reaction time, there's 2 different opinions. My opinion is that the scouts need the fastest reaction time, because they're the ones that are always going to get repositioned all over the map, and they need to make the decision of where to go as quickly as possible. If they don't know what's over on the other side of the map, and you don't make the decision to head that way until somebody says, hey, head this way, you're that much further behind offering the information that will be needed for the team to make the decision of, hey, we should all push that way. The other ideology behind that reaction time could be towards your assault mechs. Since your assault mechs are really the slowest, they go maybe 60 kph once they're maxed out with their speed tweaks. There's a lot of argument that they're the ones that have to make that decision rapidly, because they're so slow that if they don't kind of meander their way in that direction soon enough, they're not going to be there in a position to support the rest of the team when it's needed with their firepower or their armor. So we'll go around the horn and let everybody give their 2 cents on that idea.
Yes.
Starting with Omega. Who says yes? Go ahead, Cav. What are your thoughts?
Sorry, I just sat back down.
Nice. Deflected. We'll just say he agrees with me.
I think Vanos is 100% accurate.
What about you, Thermal?
Thermal's not even here.
Man, 3 for 3. I like how these people are around. You see this, folks? Nobody likes listening to me talk. I'm surprised you're watching this.
Did someone say my name? I was getting
Please
some water.
restate your question.
It's all good. So, what I was speaking about was the reaction time. Whether the reaction time is more important for a scout who needs to react rapidly to be able to give you eyes on the whole field no matter where he's at. He needs to make the decision of where to be next before he's told to be there. Or the reaction time of the assault, that if he doesn't make the decision to at least start moving in whatever direction he thinks he should go, and he hesitates, he gets there to support the team that much later, which can snowball a fight because we don't have enough firepower. So the question
And the
was,
light is
which
more
one needs the
important.
reaction time?
The light.
I think it's the light. I think the assault has to be able to anticipate what the battle's going to unfold into, but the light needs to have the quick reaction time to be able to,
Online.
change his plan at a moment's notice.
Weapons.
So that reinforces the early on point that I make, that scouts is one of the hardest roles to play. Your decision making has to be rapid. Whether it's right or wrong is irrelevant. You just have to make the decision fast. You can always say later, hey, I was wrong, and learn from the mistake.
I think the lights are also the most unforgiving if you mess up.
Yep. Especially if you give up armor. Never give up armor.
Target.
Always position yourself between enemies and buildings. Well, behind the buildings.
New target acquired.
Timberwolf back in Delta 4. Ah, that's
Bravo,
cool. I jumped
Timberwolf.
through the map because I'm...
They've got at least 3 LRM boats. 4.
New target acquired.
Guys underneath are getting lit up by something towards Charlie 3.
I am freaking stuck.
Where?
Who's stuck?
Charlie 2 thermal stuck.
5%.
Mega's coming up. See what I can do.
0%.
I fell in a pothole or something.
Anything?
Acquired.
No,
Ah,
still stuck.
several enemies. Charlie 4 edge, Delta 4.
Hold on. Let me see if I can jump on you.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm about to
jumping
get
my-
missiled.
Acquired. New target acquired.
How about now?
Nope, still stuck.
I'd screenshot that one and report it. You're floating there. It's bizarre.
5%.
I'll show you about 2 feet into the cement. 2 meters in the cement.
New target acquired.
Is that you shooting large lasers?
New target acquired. Warning incoming.
You who?
Whoever was stuck.
Nope, thermal's got mediums and an AC-10 Ultra.
Warning incoming missile. Left leg critical damage. Warning incoming missile.
Alright,
Echoes
so
marked.
New target acquired. Destroyed. Warning incoming missile.
now I'm down. I chose the wrong mech. Totally thought
I
that
chose
was
a
my
porter.
machine gun ember.
Critical damage.
So I was way out of position there because I ran all the way into Delta 4. Alright, so what y'all just saw Hard Luck do on my screen, where he shot 4 lasers and then quickly twitched his target before all those lasers finished, means he did minimal damage. With any type of regular laser, the laser needs to stay on the target for the full duration for the damage to be effective. The only weapons of the laser type that can do a whole bunch of upfront damage where you barely hit it and then kind of turn away will be pulse weapons. Because they do, I believe, 60% of their damage up front and then 40% over time for the remainder of the duration of the laser. Where regular lasers are completely over time. So don't do that.
Yeah, when I died, my whole mech fell into the ground. Except for my arm that got blown off.
Almost had it. Almost had it.
Half of your shots were going into the wall next to you on your
Yeah, I
left side.
noticed
Though.
that. That was the arm. I think it was just the arm anyway, I'm not sure.
Woohoo, minimum damage. Go me.
Look at that score for a turret. 179.
Give me a sec.
One.
That'll help me make sure I don't make that mistake again.
Grabbing the right mech.
Stripping the mech that I don't ever want to grab again. Ah, there we go. Hello, buddy.
Grabbing a module.
We have Lerms on our team, right?
Thermal?
I have one LRM-15 on this mech. I needed a break from the LRM boat.
Okay.
Did you want me to take one?
Nope. Alright, so being out of place, which I was, and I died rapidly, because the enemies took advantage of me being out of place. Don't do it. So, the next kind of key factor for, and this is kind of all roles, is knowing who to support and knowing when to call for help. Obviously, knowing who to support, if you have a drop caller, you're going to support whatever they're telling you to do. That should be your goal. In the situation where you don't have a drop caller, then you want to know who to support, as in, do I support the Lerm boat? Do I protect him from the bad guys? Do I target the enemy so he has something to rain in on? Do I support the sniper with 6 UAC 5s that can put out a whole bunch of punishment to the guy that I spot for him because he didn't know they were there because they were behind him? You know, your whole goal is trying to figure out what is the best thing you can do as the scout to help what's around you. If there's nobody around you, figuring out what you can do to be near somebody around you to support while still giving information to your team. Typically, I try to stay within 3 squares or less of my closest ally. I really, really rarely go more than 3 squares away from my team, even on the largest maps. Placement and position are also a big deal. By placement, this can include your team. If they're in a position where they are easily visible from across the map, they're going to get sniped at, they're going to get lermed, they're going to get a whole bunch of direct damage that hurts them even if they're not targeted. Call people out on your team when they're doing something wrong like that. Tell them they're in the open. Give them the advisement that they're in a bad position so that they can correct it. Your position as a light should always be near some type of cover, some type of wall, some type of cave, so that in the event that you're narked or something similar such as that happens, you have some type of cover to protect yourself from that rain of missiles that'll likely eat your armor up. Movement, you always want to be moving. Never stop.
As a person who pilots sniping mechs, I love it when I see a light that stops moving, because it's a guaranteed kill.
All systems.
A lot of mechs have a 40-point distant alpha strike, where if you stop, you are just going to fall over. Don't stop. So, one of the big things while you're moving, speaking of not stopping, is jump jets. Lots of lights have these cool things called jump jets that let you fly. When you hear that fuel at 25% or less, you want to let off your jump jets and save that remaining burst to protect your legs from fall damage. Fall damage is not nice. You don't want to give away armor for no reason at all. Falling gives away armor for no reason at all. So remember to save that last 0.25% of your jump jets to protect you from the fall. In the event that you jump off a big cliff, let's say towards this Charlie 5 Bravo 5 edge, don't jump jet at all until you hit just before you hit the ground, then you go for full burn. That will protect you somewhat.
Cave push.
Got a couple in Bravo 4.
Fuel at 0%.
Going around Jenner Highway to look.
We got Pug saying there's a cave push. We're
Raj.
gonna go to support.
Low signal Bravo 4.
Acquired. Warning, incoming missile. UAV activated.
Yeah, that's
Thermal,
not a
you got
cave
anything?
push. There you go.
Roger.
You get
Thank you.
Lots of enemies chasing me. So
Run as fast as you can.
that right there is the perfect example of why we scout. If we had listened to those pugs saying there was a cave push and all started facing the wrong direction, all those bad guys would have pushed on our backs and probably killed 2 or 3 of us before we could reaction time, and stop them from killing us all. And now
They
all
do
of our
cheat at the
enemies know
saddle.
that's not true.
They are throwing narcs out, so watch that.
Target acquired.
So there's a Banshee in the saddle?
Yeah, the Hero Banshee.
Vanos, you see him?
Saddle's actually empty.
New target.
He must have backed down.
Juliet La Mancha is in Bravo 4.
That was probably him.
New target acquired.
Echo is with him. 2 targets back there, Bravo 3, Bravo 4 edge. All the way out of saddle is clear. We are now down 2.
New target acquired.
Alpha Cord CT, orange, red.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
He's down.
Acquired.
Juliet's dead, that Banshee. Vanos, you're narked.
Yeah.
New target acquired. Level critical. Warning, incoming missile.
Move! Charlie.
Well-
Charlie, behind you. Charlie.
Warning, incoming missile.
On Charlie Direwolf, side's open. Ah, crap, move down.
At 25%.
Vanos, you're still narked.
Yeah, I know.
You can't stand behind the Direwolf.
Warning, incoming missile.
Charlie's down to an Ultra.
AMF at 25%.
He's down.
Critical.
4 pushing middle, Charlie 4, right towards us.
Target acquired.
Roger. Mega's got to reposition.
Bottom of the dropship. Lima in dropship middle, fresh.
AMS ammo depleted.
Mega's down.
Target acquired.
Vanos down.
So did the pugs just charge in and die? What happened?
Well, we were down 3 to start
Okay.
before the match really started.
Painful.
So the next thing is killing enemy lights when they are out of place. Those lights pretty much stuck with their group. I saw the Jenner with most of their heavy guys almost the whole time. He was a threat, don't get me wrong, but his 30 damage is not as much of a threat as the 80 damage Direwolf. Yes, it would be easier to kill him quicker, but if you ignore the 80 damage Direwolf to follow your line of sight on the 30 damage Jenner, and then the 80 damage Direwolf is behind you, you fall over and don't really help your team. So be careful when chasing lights. So I will reload my UAV because y'all saw how effective in that last match it can be for countering bad information. Always be wary. If you don't have a light that says it, it may not be true. Sometimes 2 mechs can look like 4 if they have jump jets. One moves, jump jets, lands somewhere else, looks like 2 seismics. Other one does the same thing, all of a sudden 2 mechs look like 4 seismics. So, always be careful with seismic info.
Board green Omega.
Thank you.
The last thing, don't frack up. Punish the enemy when they frack up. Being out of place really is the worst thing you can do. Even as a scout, you want to be somewhere near your line so that when stuff does chase you, because it will chase you, it chases you into your team, punishing it for chasing. Call it out when you're being chased over voice communications if you have it. Hey, there's a light on me coming over Charlie 3 right now, so that your team knows as soon as they see you, they're going to see that enemy next, and they can all alpha strike it in the face if it chases over that ridge. So the next thing I'm going to go over will be knife fighting. This is a light versus a light scenario. Most of the lights, we don't have a lot of armor, so you can do one of 2 things. One, if you are a reasonably speedy teammate, you don't have a hard time torso twisting, looking left to right, staying on the target with your damage, you can chase him, go around and around a circle with him, do whatever you want to do to fight with him toe to toe. The thing is, you want to focus some segment of that mech. If it's a clan mech, you should focus his legs, because taking out a torso won't kill him. If it's an inner sphere mech, possibly targeting a torso, like the right shoulder, left shoulder, can be effective, because if it has an XL engine, it will kill him. Got a Direwolf coming down Kilo 9. He's got a Cataphragm, Nova, correction, Catapult, and look like another Nova with him, right in Kilo 9. Juliet 9 area.
So we're almost all DHB, FYI,
Yeah, I noticed that.
or DHB visitors.
Target acquired.
So the reason I'm poking that direwolf, I'm trying to get him to chase after me. Like, hey, I'm one annoying light, and I'm using cover, and I'm getting free damage if you notice my armor's not hurt.
Vanos, that direwolf by himself?
Nope, he's got those buddies with him.
Got
Alright.
3 mechs up at the dip in the hill here.
Activated.
4 mechs. Kit
See.
Fox, Nebian Nova.
So what I did there, I kept poking the Nova, and I launched that UAV to see if something chases around. So I have that protecting my flank while I go look somewhere else.
Vanos, FYI, there's another spider running around.
Roger.
Fuel at
Looks like enemy lights are Kit Fox and Spider so far.
new target.
Several enemies, Hotel 9 area. 4 at least. Looks like they're gonna set up the ridge fire line, so be careful with pushing over. Spiders on top of Hotel 9. Several targets on top of India 9.
New target acquired. UAV deactivated. New target acquired.
5 targets now, top of India 9, Hotel 9, Hotel 10 area.
And they've got LRMs.
Always look left to right while you're moving, so that way you can see stuff that might be flanking. Check my right shoulder before I look left, check my left shoulder before I go right, etc.
New target acquired.
Always cycle your targets, whatever you have, so you can see them.
Warning, incoming missile.
Omega, was that your artillery?
Yes.
Fuel at 25%.
I was
Whenever
only
missiles,
guessing.
whenever missiles are coming in, always try to move out of that position you're in.
Target
I gave him a second artillery strike. He's probably pissed off now. I think he jumped off the hill to get away from them.
So one thing you can do as a light to protect your armor, if you are not very effective at moving rapidly and targeting, is putting your back to a wall. Put your back to a wall and your torso can twist to see the full range of everything in front of you. You become an easier target, but your weakest armor place, which is your back, becomes protected by the wall.
new target acquired.
Assaults do this a lot. It's a good tactic when trying to fight against lights, which are much faster than they are. Basically, as a light, you would want to try to jump jet and land behind them so that you were between them and the wall like a sandwich and still shoot them in the back.
5%.
So, if you do have a mech that's trying to use the wall as cover, keep that in mind. Jump over them, land behind them, light them up. I'm going around Juliet 9 to try to flank.
Roger.
I'll let you know.
They've
what
got
I
a
find.
UAV up.
New target acquired. Target acquired.
I have no ECM.
25%. Target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Target acquired.
Yeah, you guys up for a bum rush again?
25%.
Oh, I guess that's the only one here that bum rushed.
Hey, can you pick that guy off on the top up there, that Stormcrow?
Yeah, I'm working on him.
New target acquired.
Yeah, he's moving down. Let's start circling over.
Smoke, smoke, smoke. Move, move, move.
New target acquired.
So the cool thing about most weapons, if you put the weapons in your arms articulate, which gives you a better range of motion,
Acquired.
which means you can shoot up
Kilo
and down
coming over.
great levels.
He's dead, nice.
Fuel at 25%.
Timberwolf Hotel is almost down.
Fuel at 25%. Critical damage.
Alpha, direwolf, primary target, go for his side torso.
New target acquired.
Echo
On
Direwolf.
Echo. Keep going after Echo. Got a spider on our right.
We've got a
Hotel
Nova at our
10.
back. Bravo up on the hill.
Alright, I'm almost legged, so I'm bugging out.
Nova's dead.
Thank you.
Shot him in midair.
So,
Headshot!
Beautiful.
perfect example right now of knowing when to react. My legs are both open, one's orange, one's yellow, they're both cored. Means I'm very easy pickings for anything that sees my legs are weak. So my reaction is to get away from close fighting and let my team, which is up 9-1, kind of finish off the match. Which means I keep my life and don't give the enemy team another kill.
Holy crap, an untouched Thunderbolt's on me here.
Now, I'm not saying I'm disengaging from the fight, I'm just coming to support from our flank, which will be the least likely target looked at by that guy. Aw, he crumbled. So, they got one enemy left, he's probably hiding in the base, there he
It's a
is.
spider.
And he's about to be legged.
I got him really in the corner.
Steel killer.
Knife fighting is all about knowing when to fight, when to run. Kill the lights when you see them if you can, but again, don't trade armor, go for the free damage.
User left your channel. User left your channel.
So that's been a 55-minute introduction to lights. I'm going to cut it there and say thank you for watching.